Now, if we had $1 for every time we saw drama out in the world this week, maybe we wouldn't have bought a Lamborghini, but would have been really close to owning one like one of the guys on our list. Good morning, my name is Joyce Chicks.
My name is Neki Moyo.
And I'm Ejiro Mogedi.
This is the Weekend Rundown. Because we love to welcome anyone and everyone that wants to join us, let me give you a breakdown of the things that happened on this show. Things that you should know. 1, this is the Weekend Rundown. 2, we're really laid back on this show. You know, we let our guard down. And 3, we give you a breakdown of the craziest thing that happened this past week. We're just going to jump right into it.
Yes.
Okay. So at number 10, it's great news everywhere. Now, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia just got himself a Nobel Peace Prize. His name is Abiy Ahmed, and he got this Peace Prize because he did amazing things when he became the Prime Minister. Now, first of all, he released a lot of people that were in jail, who that were opposing the government, and journalists and stuff like that that were imprisoned. He released a lot of them, and he introduced a lot of liberal policies in the country that made the country just more livable for everybody else. And then he fixed a border crisis between Ethiopia and Eritrea that had been going on for about decades.
Wow.
I think 2 or 20, I can't remember. But it was something exciting. And then the Nobel group decided that this man is good enough. Now let me bust your head. He beat over 300 candidates.
Wow.
Yes. And amongst those 300 candidates, some of them were even organizations. And a lot of people thought that Greta, what's her son name? The girl for the climate change, the 15-year-old girl.
From Sweden.
Yes, they thought that she was going to win. Because, you know, she's been trending for a while, and, you know, climate is a big issue. But it came to Africa. Suck it! Yay! So yes, big ups to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. He's doing a great job, and we are all so proud of him. Which reminds me, it seems like Rwanda is also popping. They've introduced electric motorbikes.
Rwanda, they've been doing so much in the whole science and technology. They're also doing the whole recycle thing that German adopted. So the more you recycle plastic bottles, it helps to generate energy in Rwanda.
So
Hopefully,
it's like a lot easier.
Hopefully it will stretch to Nigeria. Hopefully.
I see you like to lie. Moving into the story on our number 9 for this week, Neki's going to have us covered. Apparently, Tacha has collaborated with somebody new, and you get the way you did for what I.
Anyways, if you watch the just concluded Big Brother Niger 2019 Pepe Den, you would know that the No Leave No Transfer ex-BBN contestant Tacha has been making the news. Now, according to reports that have been flooding our timeline, we've seen that Tacha has collaborated with Till Bliss. Apparently, Till Bliss promised, he was one of the people that promised that when Tacha comes out of the house, he would want to manage her and, you know, brand her to become a good one in the society. And it has happened. The collaboration has kicked off. Tacha has cleaned her page. It's just having the whole T vision. Now, apparently for me, Till Bliss has a thing with women's name that starts with T. If you're familiar with Tiwa Savage and you know that happens.
Be saying.
I'm pretty optimistic about their collaboration.
I actually think that T Bliss is a great producer, manager.
Yes,
he's a great manager. He did a really great job for Tiwa Savage, and it was pretty fantastic. But then again, he went on to snort away all her money via cocaine.
Yes.
You know, we had Edible Catering. Remember Edible Catering, his side chick that he said Edible Catering, and then he gave her a PR nightmare by coming out on Instagram and saying that she has slept with half of the industry, including the entire Maven. What did not say, but it was a PR nightmare. He was out to destroy her career. So, while, you know, I can always say that he was a great manager, he actually did his job, and she came to limelight. What if there's another pitfall, and, you know?
Exactly. Because he had a bad record with Tiwa Savage, and so as a result, we're a bit skeptical. I mean, I am not optimistic about it.
I am
skeptical because with everything ended, who would want to be with him?
Everybody deserves second chances. Maybe this is second chance for both Tacha
and T Bliss. T and T. Let us go.
T square. Alright, so Neki's going to continue on this wagon that she's on, because yesterday, thank God for Vector. If not for Vector, the entire day would have been all about CTFM and Tiwa Savage, Neki Kilo Sopping,
and Yemi Alade. Now, apparently, yesterday on the whole of social media space in Nigeria, a footage came out of CTFM showing 3 ladies who apparently one is an OAP and 2 are interns. And it was said that a lot of words were going on abuse. We heard she's a fool. We heard words in Yoruba languages that actually meant insult. And so I don't know how the footage got to Tiwa Savage, but she posted it on the timeline. I would say these are the women that are supposed to support women. And if women are bashing women like this, later they'll say she's always in her shell. If she sees them 2 seconds, everywhere go boss, hashtag. And also Yemi Alade came out also to say that she cannot believe that radio stations will hire such people like that to talk. But according to another source, it was discovered that the video actually was aired February 8th this year. And then from February 8th till now, how come is the video coming out right now? A lot of school of thought are surrounding this. Why many people are bashing that the interns or the OAPs are unprofessional? Others have the opinion that why did this video come out at this point in time?
I have a few things to say, veteran. And I want to be as blunt and straight to the point. If you've never been involved in any kind of gossip, raise up your hand. Put your hands down. You're a liar. But that is not, where we're going to. I feel like talking behind people's backs is horrible, and I feel like Neki and Ejiro can vouch for me. I try to make sure that I never get involved in anything like that. But you cannot call them unprofessional when they did not do the thing on the job. Yeah. When you're a broadcaster, you're only on the job when you're on air at that time. So they were not on the job. It happened off air. They didn't say on camera. So that is that. But I feel like the biggest problem here is not the fact that they were having a conversation about celebrity. Everybody has conversations about celebrities. Yes. Online, offline. They're the biggest things in sliced bread. The biggest issue for me is that either somebody is directly trying to destroy the only OAP in the video, who was Melody Hassan, or the entirety of CTFM. That is the problem. Yes. Who wants to destroy you?
When I saw it initially, I was like, why would they bring out the video now? 1, 2, everybody talks in the background. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a way they want to analyze every celebrity they know. Those are personal opinions and personal preferences. But they never came out to say, hey, this is what I'm saying out there. This is my thought. They never said it on air. That's 1, 2. And then people have freedom of expression. So someone, like she said, I personally felt like, who in God's name is angry with them that went to bring it out?
Somebody's
why is there a video in the first place? And this is not the first time.
Almost every standard station has a camera rolling 24/7 in the studio.
Yeah.
So you can't really drag them for that. A lot of them stream live and they have interviews and celebrities. So that's most likely why the camera was there.
Who is leaking it out? It's because I feel it's personal beef, personal anger.
That's the
matter. I think we should start digging. Because I was talking with a friend of mine who is also an OAP, and she was coming from the angle that the girls were young. They should just be let that, as after all, Tiwa Savage and Yemi Alade, they've been in the game, and they know people talk about them. So this should not have been escalated. Why would they escalate it? They should not be. It just felt like the girl's life could be in danger right now. People could see them and say, hey, nobody those 2 people talk about Tiwa Savage. They could just be mobbed. Anything could happen to them. They are not safe. So I actually, and I agreed with her at that point, because trust me, you two, you've talked about somebody, sir.
And finally, I need us to dead the thoughts that women hate women. It is a lie from the pit of hell.
That caption is wrong.
It is a lie from the pit of hell, because women are women's biggest supporters. Yes. If we're going to be frank, the kind of music that is being made, the biggest followers of this kind of music are women. Women are constantly supporting women. A lot of men fight every other day. When you go to war, the most people that are at the war front are men. When it comes to politics, people are taking assassins in people's houses, and they're usually just men. But I never really hear men and men worst enemies when those things happen. But all women must hold hands and sing kumbaya. If I don't like you, I don't like you. You cannot force me to love you because you are a woman. Let's move on. Speaking of men attacking men, now we have this story that I mean, if you're going to turn any misunderstanding as this gender attacking the other member of his gender, let's go. Now, an Instagram big boy who lives in Ghana has been exposed to be a Lamborghini thief.
Sorry.
Now, apparently what happened was he went to, I think it was really Austria or Germany.
Germany or so.
Germany, yeah.
Yeah.
And leased a Lamborghini. Now, I don't understand
Leased it.
how for the life of me somebody stole a Lamborghini from Obodo Yibo to Ghana.
You rented the Lamborghini.
And then you moved it.
And you moved it.
Across the Atlantic Ocean. Is that how you behave? It's the Lord pray you at home.
Exactly. That's what my mother said to me.
This is the mother I said, Ghana. How are you?
Now the friend of the owner of the leasing company had to come on social media and posted the pictures of the Lamborghini where they were found in Accra, Ghana. Now make I boast to because this thing in one my head. This guy had the balls to not just steal the Lamborghini, but go ahead and put customized plate number, chosen one.
How dare you? Baba, you get boss for me.
Like this guy, so confident. Like for Lamborghini that's not your own.
Like you rented
They
it.
rented it.
Then you moved
You
it.
moved it. You stole it. Let's
Then you
not
customized
He
it.
stole it and customized it like personal property.
Anyways, if you're trying to make some money on the side, you need a side hustle. Well, the owner of the Lamborghini, or the friend of the owner of the Lamborghini, has promised a £10,000 or €10,000 reward if you can return the car. So if you're in Accra right now and you're trying to make some quick cash, FX, international currency, find a Lamborghini Hurricane Spider with the plate number
Chosen one.
You have been chosen. You have been chosen to hammer. Amen.
Amen.
Alright, so moving on to number 6 story before we finish the first half of this conversation. It's two men again, fighting. Men, stop fighting.
Stop fighting.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Why are men once enemy?
I don't know.
I don't understand. Anyways, so Emma and Vector have been taking shots at each other for a while now, and yesterday it got pretty interesting. Now, for a little backstory, Emma and Vector haven't really been besties over the years, but they haven't really outwardly come out to exchange words or exchange blows. But a lot of people are saying that Emma has been sneak dissing Vector for a while. And it seems like Vector finally had enough when in the last Mattel cipher, M claimed that he was purging Nigeria from fake rappers. And then somebody on social media, Twitter specifically, said that wouldn't he like to take over the Hennessy cipher? And he was like, yes, they should give him the job. Now let it be known that the person on the Hennessy cipher is Vector. Anyway, Vector finally had enough, and he released his first disc called The Viper. And no, was it The Viper he released? No, it was Emma that dropped The Viper, actually. Was it Purge? Yes.
Purge.
Yes, Purge.
It was Purge,
Vector
yeah.
dropped Purge, you know. And Emma replied with The Viper. And Emma went somewhat overboard, but you cannot go overboard in beef. Emma did a no snakes shirt. Remember that Vector is Vector the Viper, so it's supposed to be a snake. Now, Emma did a no snakes shirt and wore it to the BBN finale. And then the stage was a snake, and he was stepping on the snake.
Oh my God.
Right? And then he named his store the No Snake Store. Yesterday, Vector dropped another version of the disc where he called out MI for saying that, first of all, MI said that you are my father, but sorry, my father is dead. Secondly, you wanted to give me 20 milli, but you wasted 1 milli. Now, 1 milli was the guy called Millie that was signed to Chocolate City. That apparently nothing great came out of that union. And then he said that you're saying that you want to blow me. Why don't you blow Jesse Jags? Low blow. Anyways, Emma decided to DM Vector last night in a somewhat condescending manner, and Vector went ahead and posted the DM online. So on the upside, the hip hop conversation has really grown in the past few days. So
yeah,
I guess, you know.
I think the positive side of all of this beef is everybody's going to realize that there's something called rap. Do you understand? It was like rap already becoming dead, but you know, listening to lyrics, listening to comebacks, you know, and the lines, and also that's it. rap is already like, okay, fine, I want to see it. And I just read on Instagram that an influencer wants them to come and do a head-to-head battle physically, and anybody that wins will take 20 million naira.
I will pay money to watch that.
Yes, and he said if you want to top the money, that you can add up to the money.
I'm topping it.
Stop her.
2 million, 1,000 naira. Let's get it. We're going to go on a short break right now. We'll come back and give you the top 5 stories. And finally, let's just say, for all these hip-hop deeds going around, thank you, Black Bones. We'll be right back.
What's everything? It's the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV.
Welcome to the one-on-one with Kelvin Dube.
That's why they close. They quickly take their uniform off because they are vulnerable.
There's no way, from the layman's point of view.
Thank you very much, Kelvin. To come and do their wire fell down and their what the R V in mafia manager called the Capone the Titi Capi became a worse godfather than regular.
To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.
Welcome back. This is the Weekend Rundown. If you're just joining us, this is the show where we bring you all the craziest gist that has been happening throughout the week. So we've already done our upper five. Now we're down to the highest 5. Now, so number 5 today, we're talking about a very interesting story. Something that made Nigerians, start asking so many questions. And we're talking about the story where we heard that Buhari was getting married to another wife, apparently to a minister. And information, everybody kept talking and asking what's going on, how far, what's the deal with our president getting married, till a statement came out yesterday that said that the real story, according to an unknown source, is that Buhari and his wife may have been having issues for a very long time, but it is not true that our president is getting married to another wife. So that first of all calmed everybody down, because the question was, with everything going on right now in the country, how can our president be getting married to another wife?
Busan 19. I saw the hashtag.
And another story was also that Aisha has not been in the country, and when she for years, and when she came back, she was locked out of Aso Rock, and she was saying, "Why is this door locked? Why is it?" I watched the video. She was shouting, "Why is this door locked? Why is this door locked?" I was speaking Hausa. Which way? I don't know.
Well, apparently that video, people said that video was released way back. And that's not a recent video of when she just came back. So that video is not even correct. So, but that people they brought it out just to keep giving people enough gist to go around. So, but it's been confirmed that Buhari is not getting married. I think that's a bit of a fresh air for me, because I was wondering.
For me, when I saw that video, people kept, saying, the first lady did this and that. My biggest issue was that, did that video really come out of Aso Rock? And if it did, do we now live in a country where you can casually record the first lady inside Aso Rock? That was the biggest issue for me.
Like, how did even if it's not recent, how did that video come out?
Exactly, like you should not be able to carry a camera into the Aso Rock and make it in the presidential villa of the first lady. She should not be that accessible to anybody.
Yes.
So that for me, yes, that for me was a very big issue. Now, moving on to our number 4 story. Sky B. I love Sky B. I think he's fabulous. My Baby was one of the biggest songs back in the day. A few days ago, we were hit with the strange, disheartening news that Sky B was dead, with photos to prove it. Now, while we went on to trend, R.I.B. Sky B, you will be loved, you are a legend, you'll be missed. Another story came out that said that Sky B was not actually dead. Now, according to official reports from the rapper's camp, Sky B was in a movie where his character allegedly died. And so that is where that picture came out from.
Okay.
I just hope that his management had nothing to do with it.
And I just hope it's not PR stunt.
I would be so disgusted because I feel like his legacy is so strong and it would be a shame to taint it like this.
Not funny at all. I felt, you know what? We were all in the office when we saw that story, and everybody was like, "Oh my God!"
Do you understand? There was
scene and all that. How can he be dead? And then next morning we come back and then we hear that it was not true. He came out and apologized that please they should trend, they should make his music trend, not his death.
I'm ready to fight. Okay. Anyways, Adri, will take us to number 3, the horrible story about the dog and the child.
Now, I this story, when I saw the picture of that child, I literally had goosebumps all day. So now, apparently, a stray pit bull, I don't know how the owner let the dog just stray, but he was strolling on the road and then he saw a 1-year-old child and pounced on the child and held onto the child's head. This story is crazy, it's heartbreaking, it's heart-wrenching. I mean, he held onto the child's head and refused to leave that child's head and kept digging into the skull. Still,
it was
people
around
had to kill the dog completely. And this dog belongs to a sergeant major in Abuja. This story is heartbreaking. If they didn't kill that dog, I can imagine what would have happened to that child.
I saw the picture,
the picture is scary. Picture is not something. I mean, how is
we couldn't even get the pictures. We couldn't get the pictures because the head like this.
I don't know what to say. And apparently, the owner had the guts to come and complain
that they killed the dog.
They killed the dog. I don't get. You let your dog. You know that dog is a crazy dog, and you let it walk on the streets.
And probably that dog would be sick because
the child right now
we don't have a culture of taking care of animal pets in Nigeria.
If we were in a proper country, that man should have faced charges.
Yes, because that child is in a critical condition right now in the hospital. God save the child, because it's not funny. I'm even surprised the child didn't lose his life while the dog was attacking him.
So much pain.
So much pain. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. Heartbreaking. Please, if you have dogs, please take care of them well. I'll let them, tie them, keep them in the house. Please, I beg.
Moving on to number 2, and also very disturbing story. Neki, take us away, please.
Okay, so, well, in America, it's been discovered that the doctor that has practiced abortion for over 44 years died last month, but apparently they discovered over 2,000 fetuses in his residence. Yeah. That was in the vehicle, and in the house they discovered about 1,200 parts, body parts of babies
and fetuses,
remains abortions. But his name is Dr. Cloner. He has also been charged, and one of the cases that made him to face charges was the fact that he aborted a baby of a 10-year-old child who was raped by her uncle, and so the parents brought her to the clinic for abortion. But the parents were trying to protect the family, so they didn't take the case to the police station and to the court. So the police, when they found out about it, they had to arrest him and say, even if the parents did not want to report the case, he as a citizen was supposed to report that to the appropriate authorities.
So my guy was doing abortion and taking souvenir.
Yeah, that's keeping them. Probably he had a fetish for
how he kept every
single one of them.
Those parts were still there. And when I was reading the story, I kept asking myself, is this guy for real? And then he's dead now, and there's still parts all over his house. You know, it's just, I don't know. I don't get the point.
That kind of sounds like a serial killer. I'm very pro-choice when it comes to abortion. If you want to have a baby, have a baby. If you don't want to have a baby, you know, it's all on you. But it seems like this doctor wasn't really pro-choice. He just really liked to...
Yes. And then I think what they say, he had done so much in India, and he has done a lot. So most of them, I'm wondering, how was he getting them out of the country back into the US? How were they not asking him questions for a long time? He's over 60-something now before he died. Before he died. I mean,
man, this world keeps getting weird and weird. Anyways, for our final story of this week, you guessed it, we guessed it, we all guessed it. We are looking at you, wear your shirt. Anyways, it is the Sex for Grades. We woke up, I think it was probably on Sunday.
And
the BBC, one of their very brilliant broadcasters and journalists, Kiki Mordi, introduced all of us to her documentary called Sex for Grades. Now, in Sex for Grades, her and other very powerful and brave journalists went undercover in 2 universities, the University of Lagos and the University of Ghana, to uncover lecturers that sexually harassed their students in hopes to getting sex for grades. The immediate ripple effect was one of the lecturers getting dismissed immediately, Dr. Boniface, and the other 3 of them that were involved in the video getting immediately suspended. Now, one of the lecturers, Dr. Gyampo, said that he's going to be pressing charges and suing the BBC for publishing that documentary because he says that he does not believe that he had any wrongdoing on his path. Now, while we're still trying to celebrate that this has finally been brought to the forefront, even though there's been copious conversations on it, somebody decided to insert herself into the conversation, and that is Kemi Oluloyo. Now, Kemi Oluloyo, who claimed to be a journalist that worked for the CNN for 8 years, said that she wanted to investigate the investigation because she believes that Kiki Mordi is a clout chaser that decided to set those men up. So we are waiting for her investigation. She's the first, to see where that goes.
And we will not see any investigation. I'm sorry.
But it makes me
She's
so
just all
weak.
of mouth. We're not going to see any investigation because for Kemi Oluloyo, there's not any track record of where she has even worked or the things she has done, or there are evidences of things that she's tried. She always tried to just bring down the work of people. That's what she's known for.
She's on the wrong side of the narrative.
And then another
times.
thing
A lot of times.
is the seriousness of this issue being that many Nigerians, and if you have gone to a university or higher institution, you know that these things happen. You know a friend of a friend. You know if it's your friend. And so this is quite a serious matter that someone would just take it up and say
And
someone is trying to be
trivialize.
a clout chaser. I think this is a sensitive matter that you should be saying, oh, what should be done about it? You should be saying reasonable
And if you
statements.
don't want to say
try to
anything,
attack
there's something they
others.
call silence.
Exactly. You don't
Like,
have to say anything. Just
to say
And,
anything.
while we're talking about this, we should probably add this to the conversation. Please stop victim blaming. I've heard a lot of nonsense concerning this issue.
Yes.
I know I've heard a lot of what were they wearing. Some girls wear.
No, is it what were they wearing?
Office offer.
they want it.
I heard they want
They
it
want
today.
it. They're the ones that
they are
donated themselves.
the-
They're one of the girls that go to the lecturers by themselves.
First of all, the onus falls on the lecturer to say no to the students. You're the one in authority. 2, it is unethical to have a consensual relationship with the person that you have power over. This is lecturer and student, pastor and member, boss and employee. These are things that should never be done. And don't say things like people that wear tight dress. I hate the fact that a lot of people try to paint men as senseless animals that can never control themselves when they see some skin. Because I hate things like the man did not have a choice. See the way her cloth is tight. But I've never seen somebody say, because her cloth was tight, I gave her presidential ticket to conclude election. Because her cloth was tight to make her the CEO of the company. It's always sexual harassment.
Yes.
Like, why doesn't it work other ways?
Yeah.
If that's how it is,
I feel that, the whole victim blaming, trying to make people feel bad, just only trying to make women feel bad about themselves is pointless. Now, take a look at it from this angle. You dress up, you come out from your house, you're already being sized by the guy who's very close to you, by maybe a gate man, or just and then you're like, why did she dress like that? You get raped, they ask you, why did you do, what were you wearing? Even if you actually just genuinely had to walk that night to go back to your house. So I don't see the point of victim blaming. Some issues are very sensitive, and I believe that we should be a lot more enlightened before we open our mouth and say certain nonsense, because some of these statements are just crazy.
It just shows you
so much this week.
It just shows you the bulk
what's
of
going on.
It just shows you how people's mind work. It just shows you what goes on in. It just shows you the knowledge gap, how wide the knowledge gap is in our society. In many developed societies, you see things of how they want to make their country better, how they want to improve this and improve that. And we were talking about how a man is better than a woman in 2019. Shame.
Anyways, we have to call it quits on the show today. We wish we could take so much more, but if we continue talking about this, we will not leave here, and apparently we're not allowed to do that. So we'll be here again next week Saturday, give you a breakdown on the craziest thing that happened in the week. But on Monday, we're going to be on our best behavior, very professional, and let you know things that are going to affect your life positively. My name is Joyce Chooks.
My name is Becky Moyo.
I'm Adriel Mogede.
This has been the Weekend Rundown. Have yourself a lovely weekend. Bye.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.